Hi, my name is Professor William Corder, and I am the instructor for this World Regional Geography 100 class that runs in the second 8 weeks of the fall 2023 semester at Santa Ana College. I'm going to go through some things about how to get onto the class on Canvas and how the class operates a little bit, just to give you a little heads up on how things work. Before I do that, I want to tell you a quick little story, which is this. I sometimes work out at the YMCA near my house, and occasionally I work out with a Vietnam veteran who's a bit older than me. His name is Gabriel. He goes by Gabe, G-A-B-E. And when he found out that I teach geography, he said to me, I never knew how important geography was until I got to Vietnam. And you can imagine how that is true, because when you're fighting in a war, what do you need to do? You need to be able to read maps. You need to be able to understand topography. You need to be able to understand climate. You need to be able to understand weather patterns. You need to be able to understand latitude and longitude. Obviously, it helps if you understand the culture in the place that you are at and fighting a war, and foreign languages and all the rest of this stuff. So what I'm telling you is that geography is really a kind of cross-disciplinary subject. And I think if you study throughout this class, you're going to find that indeed it crosses over lots of different things. So let's go through this, and I will tell you how we work through this class. So what you want to do first is type in sac.edu, like you see up here, sac.edu, and this page or a very similar page is going to show up. When it shows up, what you do is you come over here and you click on Canvas, and when you do, this bronze banner that says Log into Canvas is going to show up. You click on that and then enter your information, and it's going to bring you to what's known as your Canvas dashboard. This is my dashboard, so it looks different from your dashboard, but nevertheless, it's going to look similar to this, and you just go through here and find your class. And here it is, Geography 100, number 28704. I want to tell you something as I'm going along in this. All of the videos that you're going to watch are professionally captioned, or else they're captioned personally by me. Or in some cases both, including this one. So you can leave the captions on and watch the videos, the lecture videos in the class, and actually see the terminology written out for you. There's a mistake here and there, but generally they're really, really, really good. Much better than YouTube. So if you click on this, your class, this is going to open up your Canvas homepage. Okay, so here's the homepage. It says start here. That's probably a good place to start. If you click on that, I would advise you to read through this. Notice, though, that deadlines matter. They really do in this class. I cannot reopen anything for you. Once it closes, it's closed, and then that's the end. Also, on the discussion boards, don't use ChatGPT or AIs. Okay, if you do that, it's actually pretty obvious, and I'm going to have to write you up, and I don't want to do that. It's not good for you. It's a hassle for me. So just don't do that, okay? Very good. Let's go over here and click on the syllabus. You have a syllabus quiz during the first 2 weeks of the semester. So here's the syllabus. It should open up for you automatically. You can also, if you want to, print a copy of it right there. This is a document. You can move it back and forth. There you go. But make sure you read through all of this and notice that, no-shows, the no-show policy, and that deadlines matter, and the disclaimer, I reserve the right to modify this course overview if needed. Instructor contact information, the textbook, which is a free textbook online. We're going to have quizzes on the chapters, on 5 of the chapters, so make sure that you, link to the textbook and check it out. DSPS statement, if you're a DSPS student, make sure that you get that information to me as quickly as possible so I can accommodate you appropriately. Student learning outcomes, course objectives, course goals, course topics. There are 3 sections in this class. We have a section exam at the end of each one of them. Attendance, ChatGPT and other warnings. Course grading, there's 3 100-point exams, and there are 5 chapter reading quizzes, 7 discussion boards, and then a syllabus quiz. Okay, and then grades are basically a straight scale. Nothing will be dropped, so no exams are dropped, syllabus quiz not dropped, chapter reading quiz not dropped, the discussion boards are not dropped. Anything you don't complete goes in as a 0. So please just get everything done. This is a schedule for the semester, the 8-week semester. Take a look at that if I was you. Technical support, Canvas course site, Canvas's phone number. I would load that into my phone if I was you. It's loaded to my phone. It's 844-612-7428. They are available for you free of charge 24/7. Required technology, obviously this is an online class, so you have to have technology that works online. If it doesn't work, I can't do anything about that. You can go to the school and use their internet, or a library and use it, or Starbucks or whatever. But if your internet goes out at home, I can't do anything about that, and I can't extend anything for you because of that. So make sure you have functioning internet. Academic honesty and student code of conduct, assignments and Canvas, important dates, miscellaneous. Notice the final exam will be open for you from 12 a.m. on Sunday, December 3rd through 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, December 9th, Title IX, and so on. Okay, let's go back over here to home. And let's click on modules, shall we? Now, this is mine again, so you're not going to see all of this, but you'll see the things in green, although they're a different color on yours. You know, I'm the instructor. But I would go through this course information, start here, and look through all of these things, especially if you haven't ever taken a Canvas course before. Gives you some information on how to email me. I would really appreciate it if you would look at the email. Oh, speaking of that, let's go back over here to syllabus really quickly. Not only are you being quizzed on the syllabus, but you're quizzed on this suggestions for the successful completion of geography. You know, I'm doing this very quickly because they recruited me to do this class literally today. So I've had to set all this up today. So make sure you read through those 12 bullet points. And then in addition to that, read through these other things down here. There I am at the Taj Mahal, how to contact me. And then please read through the email, how you email me, if you're ever planning on emailing me, so you don't run into any trouble right away. All right? Instructor bio, something about me. There you go. Let's go back to the modules. Sorry about that, but I'm kind of doing this on the fly. So if there's mistakes, I apologize up front. Now let's roll down here, resources and so on. So Module 1. So Module 1 and Module 2 are open for you for the first week. Actually, the modules will be open for you for the entire semester as we go through them, as we complete each one of them. But the quizzes and discussion boards contained within are only open for a certain amount of time. So for example, if you look at Module 1, it says Introduction. If I was you, I would click on that. I would read through it and watch the little video that's there, the 2 videos. Then you can go down here and click on Next at the bottom. It'll bring you to the next thing. Welcome to World Regional Geography. Tells you something about the class. Then the textbook versus me. So this tells you about the textbook. And then here's the syllabus quiz. So what you want to do is read the instructions and make sure you've read through the syllabus and understand it, and then take the quiz. Okay? Then next over here, and we have the first discussion board, which is about the pandemic. I find it fascinating what people have to say, what they did and what they didn't do, and what they wish they would have done during the pandemic. So what you do for the discussion board, if you've ever done it before, you come down here after reading the instructions, you click and reply like I just did. You know, type some reply in there based on what I told you, and then you click on post. Okay? And then once you post, you will be able to see yours and everybody else's, and you need to be able to respond to somebody else also. So you read somebody else's and you tell them something about what you just read in theirs. The first chapter reading quiz, so if you click on this link, it will bring you to chapter 1 of the textbook. There it is right there. So you read through this stuff, and then you're going to have a quiz on it. Let's click back over here. These, excuse me, coughing. I don't have COVID, though. I had COVID, but I do not have it now. And I'm sure many of you had it also. Concepts and objectives and terminology, that's what you need to get out of that first free chapter in the textbook. And then if you click next again, it will bring you to the chapter 1 textbook quiz. So you read through that, and then you take the quiz after having read it and knowing that terminology. The first 3 assignments, all in chapter 1. So in other words, they are, excuse me again, the syllabus quiz, the discussion board, and the chapter 1 introduction textbook reading quiz. So because this got screwed up a little bit, if you saw my email earlier today, you know why. So something happened, and that's the reason I'm teaching this class. But because of that, I'm not going to make you do these 3 things by the end of this first week. So in other words, you're not going to have these things due by October 21st, where they normally would be. All 3 of these things are due by October 28th. But if you do not complete all 3 of these, I'm required by the school to drop you. So please get them done by October 28th, because I have to drop you. It's the law. It's not just the school, it's the state law. And also in the first week, we have Module 2. So there's Module 2. And I want you to notice this. In all the modules where there's lectures, what you're also going to have is this. So it says Latin America, Section 1, Module 1, Terms and Concepts. So these are the terms and concepts that you need to get out of the lectures from Module 1. And here's the first lecture. There you go. Latin America as a region. Talks about Latin America as a region. Then here's the next one. It's more about race and ethnicity. and then ethnicity in Latin America, and then crossing the border into Mexico, the physical characteristics of Mexico. So that's the stuff you're going to learn from the first module. And then you go to the second module. I think that was all of them for the first module. Yeah, that was it. And in module 2, notice there's no graded assignments. All graded assignments are indented 1 space. But notice there is more about. More about is indented 2 spaces. I suggest that you watch that. You don't have to, but I would strongly suggest that you watch it. Same thing with more about Mexico City. These are usually relatively brief, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. But notice this is module 2 introduction, and then we have Latin America, section 1, module 2, terms and concepts. So here we go. These are the terms and concepts from the lectures in module 2. And that's what you need to get out of the lectures that I have there, which again are captioned for you. And then after that, next week, we'll go on to module 3, and you can see that there's a chapter 5 reading quiz. And we'll also do module 4 and so on. And then we do module 5, and then module 6 is where you have your first exam, the Latin America exam, which is based on those first 5 modules. Okay? That's basically how you go through this class. I'm going to click over here to home. Very nice. And now I'm going to tell you something. Would you like some extra credit on that first exam? Raise your hand if you want some extra credit on the first exam. I see your hand is up. Excellent. Very smart on your part. Here's what you do. You email me or message me through Canvas by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, October 21st, with the name of the guy from the YMCA that I told you that I work out with. Okay? So put his name in the subject box along with Geography 100, number 28704. And then in the body of the email or message, write your name. And if that gets to me by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, the 21st of October, I will give you 5 extra credit points on your Section 1 exam. And I have a little hint for you here. Guess what? If you read through that very long welcome email, there's actually 5 extra credit points buried in that as well. And in fact, throughout the semester, if you are paying attention, you will see things like that happening from time to time, so you can get extra credit. All right, let's go. Let's have a great 8 weeks, and let's get some good grades in this.